Good morning, o good afternoon, o good evening, o anong oras yung napanood ang video ito. Welcome sa ating channel, Matuto Dapat. At this day, we have to discuss measures of central tendency for ungroup data. Objectives: at the end of the lesson, the learners can understand the central tendency, define, determine the uses, and solve the arithmetic mean. Define, determine the uses, and find the median. Define, determine the uses, and find the mode. So, the measures of central tendency focus on the mean, median, and mode. So, tatlo sila, no? So, measures of central tendency help you to find the middle or the average of the data set. And the three most common measures of central tendency are the mode, median, and mean. So, yun po yung sinabi ko kanina, that these 3M, yun po ang common measures of the central tendency. Mode is the most frequent value, the median, the middle number in an ordered dataset, and the mean, the sum of all values divided by the total number of values. Let's start with mean for ungrouped data. The arithmetic mean of a dataset, which is different from the geometric mean, is the sum of all values divided by the total number of values. It's the most commonly used measures of central tendency because all values are used in the calculations. So commonly, kapag numerical ang data natin, then mean is very useful. So una, we have the arithmetic mean. Ang ating formula is x bar is equal to summation of x divided by n, where x bar is the mean, x is the observation, and n is the total number of observation. And we have the summation symbol. Example, find the mean. Age of grade 11 learners. So, ang edad natin, meron tayong 16, 15, 18, 15, 16, 16, 17, and 15. So, solution natin, we have the x bar equals the summation of x divided by n. So, gagawin natin, we have to add all the ages. So, 16 plus 15 plus 18 plus 15 plus 16. And 16 plus 16 plus 17 plus 15 divided by 8 since there are 8 grade 11 learners. So, ang total niyan ay 128 divided by 8. So, that is 16 years old. So, ibig sabihin, the average age of these students is 16. We have also weighted mean. So, Wx bar is equal to summation of Wx divided by n. X bar is the mean, W is the weight, X is the observation, N is the total number of observation. For example, no, find the mean of the following data. Okay, ang data natin ay grade. So, ito yung mga grade. Subject in college, and then you have the grade point equivalent. So, business math ay 3 points. Ang grade niya ay 1.25. Math of investment, 3 units. Ang grade niya ay 1.0. Basic stats, 3 units, 1.50 ang grade. Differential calculus, 5 units, 1.25 ang grade. Operation research, 5 units, 175 ang grade. Math analysis in business, 5 units. Ang grade ay 2. Ang total number of units mayroon siya ay 24. So, paano natin kukunin ang grade point average? So, gagawin natin, we have to multiply the units and the grade. So, 3, that is 3 times 1.25, and that is 3.75. So, 3 times 1, so that is 3.0. So, and so on and so forth. And in total natin tong product. No? Ito yung ating Wx. Okay, or the weight times the x, no, o yung ating units. So ang Wx natin is 36.25. Ito yung total, tapos yung n natin is 24. So summation ng Wx divided by n, so that is 36.25 divided 24. So the average grade is 1.51. Okay, so that is your average grade. Example number 3. So mayroon tayong outlier, no? Outliers can significantly increase or decrease the mean when they are included in the calculation. Since all values are used to calculate the mean, it can be affected by the extreme outliers. Outliers is a value that differs significantly from the others in the dataset. Example 3, find the mean, an age of grade 11 learners. In this case, makikita natin yung edad 16, 15, 18, 15, 16, 16, 17. Ano mayroong edad dito na 45. Okay? So, itong 45 na to, yan, ang nagiging outlier natin. Okay? Kasi, yung range dito 16 to 18 lang eh. Pero mayroong 45 na which is the highest value. Okay, so kapag isama natin sa calculation yan, ang atin pong x bar is equal to 158 divided by 8. And that is 19.75 or 20. So, kung makikita natin, hindi 20 ang average mean, no? Malayo eh, kasi ito ay 16 to 18 lang. And then, nagsubra. Diba? Nagsubra siya. So, not correct description of the age. So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na ito yung description of the age. Thus, mean is not an appropriate tool for this example. So, hindi siya pwede, no? So, bakit mayroon pa namang dalawa? Pwedeng gagamit tayo ng median, pwedeng gagamit tayo ng mode, no? But in this case, mean is not applicable. Okay, kapag may mga outlier, okay, may outlier. We have now the median for ungrouped data. The median for the data set is the value that exactly in the middle when it is ordered from low to high or highest to lowest. Example 4. Finding the median. You measure the reaction times of 7 participants in a computer task and categorize them into 3 groups: the slow, medium, or fast. So mayroon tayong 7 participants at ito yung speed nila, no? So si number 1 ang speed niya ay medium, si number 2 ay slow, si number 3 ay fast, so on and so forth, no? So para makuha natin ang median, i-arrange natin siya. So ito yung given, tapos ito yung arrangement. So slow, medium, fast. So dalawang slow, dalawang medium, tatlong fast. So ang pinakagitna ay medium. So pinaka-middle of the observation. And that is the median. Next, number 5. Finding the median of the heights of the learner in centimeter. So this is the centimeter data set. So we have to arrange this from lowest to highest. Okay? And to find the location of the median, ito ay location of the median lang, no? So you have x curl, the symbol of the median, is equal to n plus 1 divided by 2. So ang n natin, meron tayong total 9. Okay, learners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So siyam, no? So n plus 1, so 9 plus 1, that is 10 divided by 2. So 10 divided 2 is 5. And that is the 5th place. Ito ay location pa lamang. Location, this is not yet the median. This is just the location. Pang-5. Okay, so bilangin natin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ang pang-5 natin ay 158. No? So yan. So 158, yun po yung pang-5 ito. Okay? So 158 cm, that is the median. Example 6. Finding the median of the weights of the learner in kilogram. So mayroon tayong 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Meron tayong 10 learners in this case. So kanina is odd number yung ating n. Ngayon ang n natin ay even number. So 10. So 10 plus 1, so n plus 1 divide 2. So 10 plus 1 divide 2. So that is 11 over 2. And that is 5.5 or 5.5, no? That is the location. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in between 65 and 66. So ibig sabihin, nandito yan. Okay? Nasa kanilang dalawa. In between. Okay? Tapos, so between 65 and 69. So, gagawin natin, so x curl o the median is 65 plus 0.5 kasi ang panglima ay 65. Tapos, mayroon tayong 0.5. Okay? Yung 0.5, multiply natin sa dalawang number. So, 69 yung kasunod na number, succeeding number, minus the 65. So, 69 minus 65, this is 4. And 4 times 0.5 is 2. So, 65 plus 2, so that is 67. So, 67 kilogram is the median. Yun yung nasa gitna ng dalawang number na ito. So, ganun po ang pagkuha ng median value. We have the mode for ungrouped data. The mode is the most frequently occurring value in the dataset. It's possible to have no mode, one mode, or more than one mode. Example 7. Finding the mode. Okay. So, most frequently, no? So, ganyan, ito yung example kanina, yung sa computer na tinitingnan natin kung medium, slow ba, or fast. And then, ano yung pinakamadalas na o pinakamarami dito? So, nakita natin ay ito. Ang slow natin is slow, dalawa lang. Okay? Ang medium natin, medium, dalawa lang din. Okay? Pero ang fast natin, mayroon tayong tatlong fast. Okay? Tatlo siya, no? So, tatlo ang fast. Okay? So, therefore, the mode is fast. Kasi yun ang most frequent eh. Finding the mode of the heights of the learner in centimeter. So, ang pinakamarami din. So, 156. So, tingnan natin kung ilan ang 156. So, ang 156 ay mayroon siyang isa, dalawa, tatlo. So, tatlo. So, siya po ang pinakamarami. Kaya, 156 cm. Sample 9. Dito, ang atin pong number, ang 150 natin, mayroon pong tatlo. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Okay? Tapos, ano pa? Ang 157, mayroon ding parehas sila, tatlo. Okay. Ayan. Tatlo. So, therefore, ang mode natin ay 150 cm and 150 cm. Ang tawag natin dyan ay bimodal. Bimodal. Dalawa yung mode. So, when should you use the mean, median, or mode? So, ang mode can be used for any level of measurement, but it is most meaningful for nominal and ordinal levels. Yung mga numerical value, mga categorical, no, na categorical value. Pag hindi numbers, mas maganda si mode. Median can only be used on data that can be ordered, and that is from ordinal, interval, and ratio. Okay? So, ganun po ang level of measurement na pwedeng gamitin si median. The mean can only be used on interval and ratio level of measurement because it requires equal spacing between adjacent values or square scales. No? Sa mga numerical data, doon lang po si mean. Hindi po siya pwede sa ordinal at maging sa nominal. Sa level of measurement, we have the nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. So, examples dyan. And then, you have the measures of central tendency na pwedeng gagamitin. So, kita natin, interval of ratio, so si mode, median, and mean. Pero sa ordinal, mode and median lang. Sa nominal, si mode lang. No? So, doon nakakita. So, ibig sabihin, these three measures of central tendency ay nagagamit natin, no, saan mang aspeto. Okay? Pero hindi lagi mean. Hindi mean lagi. Okay? So this is your activity to answer. I hope you learn from this lesson. Thank you very much for watching this YouTube channel, and please share and subscribe this channel. God bless.